All right, what's up? April 9th, Wednesday.
That's correct.
Disgustingly cold out. It's like not nice for April 9th. But what is awesome is DraftKings. UFC 314 is headed to South Beach. It won't be all glitz and glamour, but the stars will be out. Don't miss any of the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. It promises to be another banger night of fights, especially the featherweight main event between two evenly matched fighters. First time, just pick something simple like a fighter to win and make your pick. It's that simple. And if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Step into the octagon with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use app now and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL. For new customers, get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. All right, a bunch of stuff, obviously, to get to. I was traveling yesterday. I haven't had a platform to address the championship game as well quickly. But I kind of feel for obviously, like, I feel for Kelvin Sampson. Like, I talked about that 6-year run of, like, maybe some guys just don't ever get the break. You know, like the window.
Yeah,
they'll be back, and they're supposed to be preseason number one. It is what it is. They'll be back in the mix for sure. So I don't want to say the window's closing, but like the window just went down another notch. You know,
no,
I like gut wrencher.
Some guys never win. Marv Levy never won. I mean, some guys just never win, man.
Gut wrencher.
No, it was. I mean, yeah, I think it's tough because they're going to be so talented next year. But my knee jerk when it happened, I was like, oh man, like that was. Like, it felt like that was it. Like, you're like, that was his, like, he's been so close so many times. They had such bad injury luck. They finally had a team stay healthy all year.
Had a big lead in that game.
They get a big lead. Like, they're right there. Like,
take down the Giant in the semis, too.
Yeah, you have the crazy comeback. Like, you almost feel like that win was almost like Team of Destiny vibes, but then it was like the other Team of Destiny, the other team that had all these big comebacks, too. They both were closers. I think it was just unthinkable for such like a veteran-laden team to fold like that at the end.
Yeah.
Like you would have never imagined, if they were going to lose, you would have never thought it was going to be like that.
Do you think that, I feel like it's somehow going to be like the first year he retires, Kellen wins it his first year.
Yeah.
Because his son is a fucking damn good coach. He's the assistant head coach in waiting, and he built the program. So I was trying to explain it yesterday, but he got basically banned from the NCAA.
Right.
Blacklisted.
Yeah. For like texting recruits, or was it a barbecue?
Texting recruits too much.
Crazy.
It was Eric Gordon, because Eric Gordon was going to Illinois.
Yeah.
Bottom line is he goes to Houston. He built this program with his daughter and his son. His daughter does like director of basketball operations externally or something, and his son is the assistant coach. So he's a head coach in waiting. So I think they will win one. I don't know if they'll win one with Kelvin, just given the timeline. I don't know how many more years he has. But next year, they're going to be fucking good. They just got Pop Isaacs. They just got a Sam Houston guy who's like 6'11". And they should return almost everybody besides Cryer and Jawan.
Yeah. The big thing I took out of that, too, was just the last possession. Like, why do you wait? They walked it up for 4 or 5 seconds, and they start to get going at 11 or even 8 when they started to get, like, just run the action right away.
It was surprising.
I'm not saying throw one pass, catch it, and fling a 3. But, like, get going. Because if you do miss, you, 1, have a shot at an offensive rebound for more time. Or 2, you foul them and then have a shot to come back for a miracle 3. You know, like, you got to get going. The walking it up and waiting we've seen so many times. It's like, just get going, man.
It was surprising, like you said, how good an offensive rebounding team they were. And they were only down 2, so they missed one on the other. They don't get the rebound. They miss one on the other end. You got a shot.
You have a shot. Yeah, there was also no rim action. Everything was up top for a team that can, get in there. Especially there was a million fouls called late in the game. You had to think they would.
I mean, yeah,
they might get to the line.
It was 11-1 after the technical, though.
Houston's favor?
No, against Houston. Houston had 11 fouls. Florida had 1 after Florida's technical.
Yep.
Right. So guys were jumping on me. I said it was a strategic tech. It did come from the bench. I thought it came from Golden. We didn't have the audio at DraftKings, but it did change. The refs, it was a human element. The refs did then start calling fouls for Florida immediately. So whether it was a strategic or not, it worked out.
Well, it came out. The second half was crazy because there was 4 fouls the entire first half.
Yeah.
Then second half there was 5 on Florida within like 2-3 minutes. And then they just had a crazy run of Houston fouls. I mean, when Francis had 3 fouls, called him in 9 seconds. Oh. That was on one player. It was insane. I don't know. The refereeing, I'm not even going to say it was like biased one way or another. It was just bizarre. Like it was like a game, like a refs of runs. Like they go 5 fouls this way, then immediately they would give the other team a bunch of fouls. It was just bizarre the way. That was one of the most bizarrely officiated games I've ever seen, where they let the boys play so much in the first half, and then they refused. They just called everything in the second half and made it like hard to watch. There were so many fouls. It was ridiculous.
Houston's got to be disgusted with that goaltending too.
Oh yeah, they got fucked. They got fucked on that.
Horrible.
I'm interested to hear your perspective. I was saying this yesterday, so we don't have to spend long on it, but I don't think that Houston wanted to go to overtime. Tugler got fouled out. Francis had 4. They were getting destroyed with that small ball lineup that they had to go to. I think they were like, our best shot to win is right now.
Oh yeah, Florida had all the momentum.
Yeah, I do think people will lean for 3 instead of 2.
But I mean, if you have Tugler in that game, you're like, and he even has, you're like, he's our best offensive rebounder.
Right,
you could go to the rack, he could clean it up. You could get that second opportunity.
I do think Houston was leaning towards a 3. That was the look.
I think it was a good look too.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem going for the win, especially now the day and age, like, and how well Houston shoots the 3. Like, 3s are like fucking mid-range jump. Everybody's taking
Sharp also is one of the most
like,
clutch players of the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He showed up in the Duke game, hit that shot, always pump fakes it. Oh, that's why it was so shocking what happened. And then the last point I'll say that I already said yesterday was I think Tugler being out of that game actually fucked up the timing of the action. Like, you had Francis in that situation instead of Tugler, who was supposed to set that hard screen for Clayton, who was able to burst through. So the timing was just all off. Even Sharp, I think, went a little early. But, I don't know. That look, if he just pump fakes it, it's wide open, and you're going to get either a make or a miss for the national championship.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go back to those 4 possessions, which is like nightmare fuel. But, that's what happened. I mean, it's things like that don't happen in the NBA, and that's what makes college so compelling. Like Duke, it's the totality or the way March goes. Houston has no right winning the Duke game and then has no right losing the Florida game. And both went the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they won one they weren't supposed to, lose the one they're not supposed to. Like, it's crazy. That's why it's always going to be awesome. I think the Final Four was unbelievable. I know people saying there were ugly games, but with all the stakes on the line and how high those teams were all season, obviously 4-1s, and what it came down to, like, each game, big shots, like comebacks, blown leads. Like, it wasn't one of the best Final Fours I've ever seen. Probably the best.
Once you got to San Antonio, it was great theater.
It worked out.
Great drama.
Bad tournament, but it worked out.
I would say all in all, like, I don't think you can call this a bad tournament. I think up until San Antonio, it was lousy. I'll say that. It was lousy. But once you got to San Antonio, it was so good. I feel like you cannot, in good faith, call this a bad tournament.
No, it was a good save. Yeah, for sure. All right, Nuggets, weird. Nuggets fired Mike Malone and their GM, Calvin Booth.
Yeah.
They're in 4th place in the West. We'll get to the West because the West is very compelling.
West is crazy.
Oh, they're in 5th place now in the West. Very compelling in that playoff race. But why? Like, what's the...
So they've lost 6. They've won 6 of the last 16. They played poorly since the All-Star break. I'm not defending this firing. This firing is a terrible decision. They put in place a rookie head coach. So, like, why not just wait till the end of the year? I understand they've been playing bad. They also had injuries. Jamal Murray has missed the last 5 games. This is not entirely Miller's fault. I don't really get it at all. I'm confused, but I'm trying to find reasons.
I was shocked by it. I mean, I think I tweeted it. I was almost waiting for. I was like, where's the scandal?
Yes.
I was like, how the fuck is Mike Malone, like, in my opinion, like, truly a top, like, 5 coach in basketball, just getting fired for, like, not for no reason. I'll say it for no reason, really.
Well, they have been playing badly. I guess you could say that.
A 6-10 run is like you won a championship a year and a half ago.
I know.
You're contending again, which to me, obviously, this is the ownership saying, like, I don't think we're real contenders. Like, clearly, if you're just firing your head coach and GM now,
I think it's the opposite. I think they think they're real contenders, and they're so desperate they're trying to get a spark.
But I think you think firing, like, that's going to be the spark. I mean, that makes 0 sense to me. I don't think there's any world where you can, like, logically rationalize that. We're going to fire, like, the guy who won us a championship a year ago for a spark, like, with 10 games left in the regular season. Or less than that.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes no sense still to go win the West. It's funny. I saw, like, Rowan and Pat Bev talking about it, and it's so true. Where it's funny. I saw a graphic too that someone else posted, where, I mean, like, there's, like, I think it's like 6 or maybe last, like, 7 teams that won a championship. There's only, like, 1 that still has, like, or 2 that still have their coach.
Like it's literally like it's like the Warriors and I think it's like he was like Nick Nurse is gone.
Trying to think back.
Like Malone's gone.
The Lakers coach is gone.
Yeah, like Vogel's gone.
Vogel.
There's a bunch. Like it's like every coach who's like almost every coach who's won a championship or won coach of the year, or like a year later, you're just gone.
Yeah.
I think this is what Roner Pep said. It's like you winning a championship or winning coach of the year, it's like a death sentence because if you don't win it the next year, you're just on the hot seat. It's crazy.
I have a
take. I think we've got such short attention spans now. No, you don't get to build. NFL has the problem too. Like you don't win in like 2 years, you just get fired. Like it's just a never-ending cycle of this shit. I think someone's gonna get an unbelievable coach.
Does it hurt? Here's my take. Does it hurt that Jokic is maybe not a high? He could be behind the scenes, but from everything I understand, he's not a high maintenance guy.
I think he's not at all, I would imagine.
Okay, yeah. I didn't want to like over exaggerate that, but he seems very much like a go with the flow, show up. I'm a phenomenal basketball player, but like, not in a lot of advertisements, not out in the forefront, like with the media. I wouldn't recognize his voice if I heard it right away. Like he's not out there causing a big ruckus.
Right.
And having, like looking to upset the apple cart. If he was one of those guys like a LeBron or, like a Curry or where they were vocal about whatever, did that hurt Malone that Jokic is not going to come to anybody's defense, but also not be outward about getting rid of, you know what I mean? It's a blessing.
But I don't think
Malone, at no point do I think Jokic ever would have been like, we got to get rid of Malone.
But he's not going to defend him either.
On the flip side, he's not going to defend him. He's just like, oh, okay, you're the new coach. Like, I'll show up and I'll fucking drop 36, 16, and 7. You know what I mean?
But in his defense, I don't think I feel like I would imagine he woke up yesterday morning not thinking he needs to defend him.
That too, yeah.
I don't think I would agree with that. I would imagine he was as shocked as anyone, thinking that he's just fired now.
Now we saw this happen a couple weeks ago with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies fired their coach Taylor Jenkins. He was 44-29, and they fired him, replaced him. Since then, they've gone 3-3. So I don't know if that almost gave the Nuggets permission to do something like this, where it's like, all right, we've already seen one successful Western Conference team do this. We'll do it too. I don't know. I'm kind of grasping at straws here because I was shocked that Malone's gone.
Like I do think they need to readjust the way they're building around Jokic, and I feel like almost it's like, is that what they're looking at? Oh, like we have the best player on the planet easily.
That's the GM's fault, though, not the coach.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Mike Malone, and I don't know if you want to say they're a package deal. I just think Malone. I just listen to him talk more and more, and just kind of the way he carries himself. Like I just think he's such a great coach. I think he's a guy like the players can respect. He's like a legit X's and O's guy. Like I think he kind of checks all the boxes you'd want from like a head coach of your NBA team. I don't know. I just think I can't fathom it. It just makes zero sense to me. Like I said, I think they need to do better building around Jokic. Like I think they can't keep like living on we have most of the guys from the championship team. You got to retool. They could probably use a better number 2. Maybe Jamal Murray right now. They could probably use a better number 3. Like MPJ has not been who he was a couple years ago. Gordon's still been really good. I think you keep him. But I think they got to work some things around to be like a true contender.
Do you think they saw Todd Golden and wanted him?
Maybe.
There's reports.
That wouldn't shock me, to be honest. Because the analytics guy, I feel like, is a guy who's wants to go to the NBA eventually. That's the vibe I get.
But they're going to have David Adelman's the coach the rest of the year, though. So if they go on a playoff run, they're not going to let Adelman go. They like Adelman, too. So I don't know if this is a fake thing. Okay.
No, but I actually think it could happen.
Right. I could see Golden being an NBA guy. Like I don't think that'd be the easiest thing.
So the Nuggets are kind of jammed up. So their roster right now, they're stuck with it. They're kind of not to say cap hell, but they're only going to be able to sign an MLE guy next year in the offseason. So they basically who you see in the roster right now is the same roster you're going to see next year. So there's not much a GM can do with this team. There's not much.
Make a trade. They have to make a trade.
I guess, but then are you going to find good value for some of these guys? I mean,
MPJ has no value.
I mean, Jamal Murray's hurt right now. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what. I felt like Malone was getting the most out of this team. I don't know. I'm stunned. I think you made a great point, Ev. Someone's going to get a really good coach. Now, I don't know if that's Memphis. I don't know if, we'll have to see who else fires that coach at the end of the year. But I think you're going to see this Malone on the sidelines next year, I'd imagine.
Dude, I would love to see Malone coaching Ja and Jaren Jackson and Bane. I think that would be a great fit.
Do you think that your guy?
Oates? Maybe.
Oates is definitely going to be an NBA coach at some point.
Look, I don't know if this is the year, right?
Golden, name will definitely be thrown
Todd
around.
Golden.
Yeah, I think
Todd Golden and Nate Oates are 100% going to be thrown out there. I think they're two of the best bright coaches who are eventually going to make the leap to the NBA.
Relatively young. Golden is very young. Oates is still not really that
Golden
old
could go
at
to the
50.
NBA, hate it, and go back to college, and he'll still be fine.
What's Oates, 50?
I don't know. You're his best
Closing-
friend.
yeah,
Why
closing
are you
in
asking
on
me?
50. Closing in on 50, I think.
But, it's going to be intriguing for these coaches to be able to coach an NBA MVP.
But, like, let me-
Jokic is fucking appealing
And
as
you got
shit.
the Memphis job too open, which
No,
is
for
pretty
sure,
good.
for
so
sure,
I mean, there's
but
two really attractive jobs.
Jokic sitting there, and you're like, wow, like coaching in college or like playing the NBA.
Yeah, but
Coaching
by
in
the
NBA.
same token, you just saw Mike Malone win a title with this guy and get run out, what, 2 years later?
Yeah.
Not even.
He was
Not
also there
even.
for 10 years.
He literally won the championship in 2023.
He was there for a decade. Frank Vogel won in 2020 and was fired the next year.
Right.
That was
So,
LeBron.
what's the pitch?
For sure, but I'm saying
if you're Golden's, if
you were
you're-
there for a decade. It's not like he was in and out.
If you're
mode.
Golden or you're
No.
Golden's agent, like, what is the plus side of that? You can get run out of the NBA like real quick.
Oh, yeah.
How long is Golden's leash at Florida
No,
now?
you don't have to
Like
recall.
8 years? 9?
I mean, it just depends on what people want. Some people want to go to the NBA. Some people.
That's the intriguing. Also, the
I just
NBA,
always have seen the
NBA
Recruiting.
can.
validity or volatileness.
Look at
But how volatile the NBA is. Like,
volatility.
Yeah.
Well, look at Patino. Look at Calipari. Those guys went to the NBA, got washed out, and then had to go back. And like in 2 or 3 years, like it doesn't. The leash is so short in the NBA.
how much
But
longer does Billy Donovan have? He's still coaching?
He's in Chicago.
I think he's a Dayton
that-
Flyer next year.
The Bulls are doing
Like,
pretty
yeah,
well
They're
lately.
playing well right now.
But Donovan hasn't had like a ton of success.
No, yeah,
No,
not
no,
at all,
no.
not at all.
So he did. He did with.
He's
the
been
Thunder,
fine.
no?
He's been fine. He was fine. I mean, he never went to a finals. He went to one Western Conference.
Did he blow the 3-1 lead?
Oh, was he the coach then? He might have been, honestly.
I'm gonna look here. He has a career 546 winning percentage. He's only gotten past the first round once. His rookie season as a head coach,
I just don't see. And Donovan's been around.
and that was against Golden State, right? That 3-1. That was him,
Who are you looking at?
Donovan. His rookie year was the most success he had as a head coach.
And then he lost.
He's been around for how long?
He's been coaching since 2016,
I'm
2015.
surprised he's around.
so
that
people
long.
liked. I think.
Yeah, he's-
if I
No
remember,
absences. Donovan's
And-
been around. No absences.
people
End
were
season,
pissed when
no
he got
absences.
fired. When from OKC, people were pissed when he got fired.
He went right to Chicago that
Right to-
same
no
offseason.
absences.
No absences.
because when he went to because he lost KD obviously, and then they put together that really good season.
Right.
That was like the Chris Paul, yeah.
Well, no, they put together the season with Russ. I want to say.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
I
the
thought you were
COVID
talking about
year.
the. Okay. I thought you were talking about the. The timeline was.
Yeah, the 2020-21 season was that the CP3 year? Let me check.
That was with Chicago. He was with Chicago at that point.
No,
Right, but
no,
yes.
CP3
Yeah.
was a little before that, I think. I think.
I don't think so.
Was it that year? The one year that they were supposed to be really bad, and Chris
With
Paul made them
when Lou Dort
decent.
came on the scene?
Yes, when they signed Chris Paul and made him decent. That might have been that year. But regardless, I mean, I don't know. I just can't. The Mike Malone firing, it just won't ever make. I don't think there's a world where it can make
Yeah,
sense.
I don't know if you're Listen, Golden can go do whatever he wants, or same with Oates. And if that is a dream that you want to coach in the NBA, I get it. It's the highest level.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's private flights and it's highest. Again, highest level
They're-
players.
they're-
and you
they're
are
chartered.
I'll-
They're
I'll say-
chartered in college.
Yeah, but I'll say this. I mean, you're dealing with adults, so to speak, instead of kids, which might be a thing guys want to do.
You have way less control
Where?
in the NBA. Way less control.
Yeah, you're not
true.
running a
no,
program,
that's
that's
true.
true.
But you also in college have way less control than you had 3 years ago.
Right.
All these guys are getting paid now.
Correct.
The stakes have changed. Now
You're
they
still
have more
running a
control because
program.
he makes more money than any of them do.
But at least you control your roster, though. In the NBA, chances are you're going to have a GM. I mean, Patino had full control, and we saw how that went with the Celtics, but that's pretty rare.
I think it's more of a headache day to day, year to year, because you're keeping your guys you're truly trying to recruit your guys day to day.
Yes, that's true.
Where in the NBA they're signing contracts, you don't even deal with that shit.
Like I said, the Nuggets roster is going to be exactly the same next year unless they make a major trade.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's the only thing I think is enticing about the NBA compared to college now is I actually think
That's a good point.
It's arguably less of a headache day to day in terms of player management and things like that. Like you said, they're just grown men.
It's going to be a lot of we mentioned just the Memphis and Denver job. Charlotte Hornets are that job will be open. There's going to be a few other jobs open, and think about whatever team Cooper Flag goes to is instantly attractive.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think it's one of those things like where can you get a statue built for you? It's 100% in college, not the NBA.
Correct.
Well, yeah, of
like
course.
you know, where do you want to be? Like
Phil Jackson doesn't even have a statue in Chicago. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm using that as a metaphor.
but I think it's a fair one because who do you? The first thing you think of with those Bulls teams is Jordan and Pippen, right?
Right.
You don't think of Phil Jackson, sure, but like the first thing you think of with a lot of college teams is the coach. You're absolutely right, Rico. Like
Because the coaches are the mainstays.
the coach is the mainstays. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you have success with multiple players, you're the
Right.
consistency.
Right.
I think that may have flipped weird, but it's weird. I don't know how it's flipped now because college guys are in and out so quick as well, you know. And guys, like you're talking about guys playing for 3 different schools, 4 different schools. Like, how about the fact that Cryer would have won 2 national titles at 2 different schools?
That would have been that's crazy.
Imagine trying to explain that to fucking your father in from the 80s and 90s. Like, what do you mean he won two championships at 2 schools?
Okay, I mean, Elijah Martin went to 2 Final Fours.
That's with 2 different schools.
With 2 schools, he went FAU. He literally lost in a buzzer beater in the Final Four with FAU, and then won it with.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
he was very close to having 2 the other way.
It's a different day and age.
Although they would have lost.
Like, I don't think the lifer coaches like exist like they used to back in the day. You know, with the Krzyzewskis and the Roys and Selfs and things like that. But like, I don't know. I just think I think if you're in college and you're having success at college, the NBA poses so many like problems. You saw it with Malone, but yeah, weird firing. That leads to the West playoff race.
Crazy.
Lakers are in the 3-hole, 48-31. Clippers 47-32. Denver 47-32. Golden State 47-32. Memphis 47-32. Memphis has to play in. And how about Minnesota, who blew a 24-point lead last night in the fourth quarter to the Bucks, 46-33. So they've all played 79 games.
3 games left.
3 games left, and 2 games separate. 1, 2, 3,
and 8.
4,
And
6.
2 games separate 3 and 8.
So let's assume
3 and 8.
let's assume Minnesota is going to get in the play-in because they're a game back. That means, and that's a big assumption too. That means that of those 47-32 teams, one of them is going to have to play in the play-in.
Yeah.
Right.
Right now, it's Minnesota, Memphis, excuse me.
Yeah.
But it just as easily could be Golden State, just as easily could be Denver,
Clippers,
or the Clippers.
Lakers, or the Lakers.
The Lakers have a game up.
Yeah, they're a game up, but like, yeah, it is. I get what you're saying.
With only 3 left and with that many tied, I think it's a huge advantage.
it
but
is
maybe
a big
not, Rico. It's not
advantage,
out of the.
But it's yeah.
But
I
the
remember,
possible.
it feels like this happens more often than not that you get a wild playoff race. I remember in 2008 when I was interning for the Knicks. Remember looking at the standings late in the season, and 1 through 8 in the West Conference was decided by 8 games. I could be exaggerating. Maybe it was 10. But they were all like bang, 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 right down the list.
Well, and the crazy thing I would say about the West too is like, obviously the seeding matchup wise is going to be so important. Like, if things hold, like being the 7 might be better than being like the 4, because I think I'd rather play the Rockets. I'd rather play the Rockets than the Lakers.
In Oklahoma City too.
And then
you still got to get past the play-in, though. Likely you will, but that's still a big risk.
But I'm saying I think there's like a significant war where I like defending the way it falls. I would rather be the 7.
I wouldn't want it. Oh no, because then you got to play the 8, and then you get a second chance, I guess, against 9 and 10. But the 8's really good.
But I mean,
scary.
But then you might have to play the Lakers or like Denver as opposed to like the Rockets in the first round. I think that's way more difficult.
The other thing to keep an eye on, too, is the
Lakers, especially the way they've been playing.
Golden State plays the Clippers the last game of the year. That might decide who gets to play in and who doesn't, because they're all in that tie. So.
Well, it's great if things stay kind of what they are. It could decide whether you're the 3 or in the play-in. Like you could have you could have home court in the first round.
Yes.
Or you could be like playing for your lives.
Whoever wins that game could have home court in the first round or be in the play. Or
that's what I'm saying.
That last game, Clippers Warriors, is gonna be crazy.
Chaos. The whole thing is chaos. And because they're all playing well. Besides like Nuggets are playing bad. Like Lakers are playing really well.
Yep.
Warriors are playing incredibly well. Really, until last night they blew that.
Minnesota's playing really well.
They blew it last night, but they had been playing really well in this stretch.
A bunch of them play tonight too.
Clippers are playing really well. Like
Clippers playing really well.
Like they've all been like, I mean, to think that you could be the 7-8 seed, you're 15 games above 500. I mean, if they win the last 3, they win 50 games. With 50 games being a play-in.
Yes.
I mean, that's probably unlikely.
It's actually, I think it's impossible because the Warriors and Clippers will play each other.
That's what I'm saying.
But regardless, you go win 49 games.
Like 49 games being a play-in is wild, really wild. But we're here, and it really is. Honestly, it's crazy. I was thinking like there's still like 7-8 games left. Like there's 3 games left.
I've been having a blast. So obviously, you guys know me. I'm all baseball, and I've watched baseball West Coast. I've been flipping back and forth more often than to watch these West Coast games. These games have been awesome. I've been having a blast watching the NBA the last couple weeks. They've been really good.
I watched a little of Golden State last night. They blew out.
Yeah, they were blowout.
right?
Well, yeah. It destroyed Phoenix last night. Like, it wasn't even close from the tip.
Yeah, I was on Golden State. That one was good.
Yeah, but it's. I think the West, when you have this many teams separated from different things, you have LeBron chasing a ring. Obviously, Denver's storyline is now compelling without a coach. Maybe they catch fire. That's what they needed.
The Thunder with these young team.
Golden State with stars aligned. Obviously, like, could they be a Cinderella kind of run here and they do things well? Like, but yeah, I mean, you're talking about semifinal matchups of potentially Clippers or first round matchups. I apologize, of Lakers Golden State right now.
Yeah,
And
Can you imagine that?
Clippers, Denver, Rockets, Memphis, and then Oklahoma City, Minnesota, if the seeds hold. Like, those are 4 really, really good matchups.
Lakers, Golden State's crazy.
Lakers, Golden
If that
State.
ends up being the first round, that'd be nuts. Absolutely nuts. I mean, we have the big game tonight. Luka goes back to Dallas for the first time tonight.
Huge game.
Huge.
And Dallas is fighting for something. Dallas is. Actually, I think they just clinched up. So they're going to be in the playing game.
Dallas,
So
sucks
they're kind of
because
playing for seeding, I think.
it's so annoying watching them like with AD play well, because I cashed out of it because when Kyrie got hurt, I just took whatever was left. But I'm still convinced if Kyrie stayed healthy, they would have been a serious threat.
I think so. Yes, they would have been.
Because if a healthy a healthy AD and Kyrie would have been tough. I think they would have fit well together.
People hated the Luka trade more for the future than for the present.
No, my whole thing was like when it happened, I made the bet because I was like, I really think the two of them together could make a run at the West.
The Lakers are only 4-point favorites today. It's in Dallas, but that shows you how good Dallas has been playing, though.
I love the AD props today. I think everyone's going to be focused on like the Luka revenge game. I think this is like the AD revenge game at home. Especially, I mean, he's the whole offense right now. Without Kyrie, like he's the guy. I bet him double like really big.
So I like that's
double-double.
interesting. That's an interesting one.
I really just in his line, it's went up. I got like a decent number. It's just like over like him just get me those 10 rebounds. I think if he doesn't score 10, I'll go fuck myself. But
So the West is very compelling in terms of what's going on there. You look at the East. Is any
it's kind of kooky.
Are you passing on this? We'll get to the Knicks Celtics because I have a hard take on the Knicks, and it's a tough spot. But
last night
you're looking at, if the seeds hold, you're looking at Cleveland against Atlanta, who, for the history of their franchise, Atlanta has been just the most irrelevant NBA team ever, if you ask me.
They came back from 3-1 on the Sixers a couple years ago. That was like their moment.
But I'm just saying, like they're.
I mean, they haven't been a real contender. No.
They're in the worst spot, which we'll get to the Knicks, where I think the Knicks are currently. But they're in just the worst spot of like no man's land. You know what I mean?
No, they're in true no man's land.
Atlanta is always in no man's land. Just always in no man's land. Never seems like they get a truly exciting player. I know they had Trae Young, but like.
Well, they have Trae. He's exciting, but.
Yeah, I know.
And I hate Trae Young, but he's obviously an exciting.
He's exciting, but other than that, it doesn't seem like they get. Yeah.
Well, they're
never in the lottery. That's the problem.
No, but they made the Dejounte Murray trade. It didn't work. Then they shipped him out.
Yeah, Atlanta's
they've kind of just been like shuffling. They don't really know what to do.
Atlanta's NBA hell. Boston against Orlando. Knicks against Detroit is pretty compelling.
I wish.
And then Indiana, Milwaukee. Those two teams hate each other, right?
They do.
So that's good. But you're talking about like,
but
and then even in the semis, like, all right, Boston against the Knicks. Like, we know how that's gonna go. Cleveland against Indiana or the Bucks. Like, probably know how that's gonna go. You know
even though you're right, it's annoying me the way you're rolling over. Even though I know you're right.
Well, all right. So then we could talk about it. Like, all right, the Knicks losing overtime to the Celtics yesterday. Definitely a hard fought game. Probably should have fouled up 3. They
definitely
said they should have
fouled.
Definitely foul up 3. I don't know why teams don't do it. But I just think the Knicks have done a great job building an exciting team, have a lot of really good players, have a good coach that's working in the system. They're in a great spot that they're making the playoffs.
We'll win the first round.
Back-to-back years, and that's something that's been sadly like not the norm for the Knicks in 25 years, which you never thought you would have said in the 80s and 90s and 90s and in early 2000s. But, now, all right, the Knicks are back in the mix, but I still think the Knicks are just in a awful spot in terms of how frustrating it is that they're a very good team and we know they can't beat the elite. I'm trying to.
I think it's like acting like I don't think saying they're in this like horrible spot because I think like
a horribly frustrating. I want to clarify.
It's frustrating.
Horribly frustrating spot.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating,
but a horribly frustrating.
Like you put them in. I know you aren't like directly comparing like them in Atlanta, Like, it's tough. It's been tough. And really, honestly, they've mostly been blowouts besides last night. So they're like, we're not in a spot in Atlanta. Like, I don't think we're in a true no man.
I
We're not no man's
We're
land.
we're in a spot where clearly, like, there's another move that needs to be made. Like, something has to happen. Me and Meek were deep texting about it last night. Just like, what do we do? Like, it was so tough to, like, because the game obviously didn't matter for, like, seeding last night. It didn't matter. But my point, what I was talking to Meek about was I just felt like it was such a soul-crushing loss in terms of, like, your confidence of, like, making a run at it, like, going in the playoffs, where, like, you get that win, like I said, a lot of these games against, like, Cavs, Celtics, Thunder, they've been blowouts. Like, they've been bad. So to have the game where, like, you had them, like, you literally had them, and at full strength. Like, the Celtics were that was, like, their team they're going to go in the playoffs on the court. Like, no one's sitting out. And to, like, have them on the ropes like that, like, they get you in OT. It was, like, I just felt like it was such a soul crushing, like, the confidence of, like, we can go beat this team, like, in the playoffs, and, like, you go have a game like that, you lose it at home. It's like, it's a kick in the nuts, because it's right, like, there is a gap.
You are
and
right.
It sucks. Like, there's a gap. There's a clear gap.
You are right, but Jaylen Brown, also, I don't know why he even, like, decided to play last night. He's just go get healthy, man.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I know he only played like 20-some minutes or whatever. But still, that was the full team. Like, that was like everybody, and of course, like, Porzingis hits like the 30-footer at the end. Oh, just like.
I'll say this: the Knicks are a 50-win team that probably can't win the NBA Finals.
No,
which is a weird place to be.
Yes, it's a frustrating spot.
Yeah.
What also sucks being like the Celtics are just so good. Like, it's even like, listen, the Cavs are better too, but just being in the East right now with the Celtics, it's tough. Because even, like, have a season like we have where it's like you're probably not going to get past the second round, where it feels like you've made steps since last year, but the result's still going to kind of be the same.
And I get,
that part is shitty.
At least we line up to play the Celtics in the semis if we get there, right?
But that's the point. Like,
No, but at least
there's not even a real shot to even get to, like, the conference finals, which we haven't done in forever.
All right, but put it
like that. Knowing, like I said, it's that I think we have a better team, but we're still going to end up the same result we did.
Correct.
Last year.
All right, what about
sucks?
What about this?
That
though?
sucks.
Would you rather at least get a shot at the Celtics in the semis, or go the 3-year run or the 4-year run, whatever this Knicks run is going to be, of never even getting a shot at the Celtics?
No, sure. You know and now the sexy.
I actually think I would rather lose to the Celtics to at least be like, well, we had the opportunity.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
playoffs.
Well,
Like,
sure,
you know what I mean?
sure.
So, like, if it was lined up reverse this year and you won the first round, and then you get Cleveland in the semis, and that's like a tight series or whatever, and you lose and you never.
That's frustrating.
It's very frustrating that, like, hey, the Knicks could pull the ups. There's a 1 in 100 shot they could pull the upset.
But it's
You know what I mean?
it's also scary.
But to never get that title shot, it's like a boxer who never made it. Like, I never know if I could have got the champ. You know what I mean? At least I actually have. I'm in a better spot if the Knicks at least I want to see us at least play the Celtics. You know what I mean? At least you have that shot.
Yeah.
Against the
Yeah,
upset.
you should want
You're not
that.
going to win, but at least you get the shot.
It's tough though. I agree with you. Like, I want the Celtics, but just to, like, see, but also I think it's scary. It's also scary because you might look up and you get swept.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And you're like, fuck, man.
But at least
Like,
you
we're
got the
like-
shot.
At least you got a
At least you
shot.
got the shot.
Reggie
I
Miller
agree
was so
with you.
You
disrespectful.
got to
last
go
night.
through him either
dude.
way. You got to go through him either way.
Dude,
Reggie
fuck,
Miller
fuck
was
Reggie, dude.
so
Dude, he was being like Mikal Bridges is playing good defense, man. If Tatum's gonna just make contested jumpers, like I like him acting like saying the abuse line. I was like, dude, fuck out of here, dude. Mikal Bridges is a good player. Like,
child
fuck,
abuse.
like, fuck off, dude. The guy's putting a hand in his face. You're gonna make 30-footers like with Mikal Bridges in your face.
Tatum is so
God bless.
good.
He's an incredible player. Like,
Jason
that was
Tatum.
like, come on, man.
Jason Tatum.
We
man.
get it.
This goes back to
what a basketball player.
My thing about the Warriors, though, is that with like it's to be a 50-win team and then not have a realistic. Now you can say the Warriors have a realistic shot to win the title, whatever. You go for it, but like then that's almost like a prison of itself. Where, like, being very good is almost a detriment in the NBA in a weird way. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess
because you're not quite great.
But I think the Celtics are less vulnerable than the Thunder are. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong.
But also,
Oh, no, I think you've been proven to be right.
I think the Thunder in the Western Conference are more beatable
I agree.
than the Celtics are in the East.
So that is I think that's true, but also on the flip side though, there's more shit you got to get through to even get to the Thunder in the West.
It's fair. No, that's fair.
There's so, like you said, that round one, Warriors Lakers potentially. I think the Warriors the underdog there.
No, having to play the Lakers in
That's
the first round
crazy.
would be brutal.
And that's kind of what my whole point is like, I think there's so many obstacles, especially in the West. It's just like, why just be good?
I think there's a longer list of teams that are good in the West that could beat Oklahoma City than there are in the East.
Well, no, of course.
Absolutely.
Could beat
But
the
you're always just an
Celtics
injury
list
away.
Celtics list is short. I mean, there's one other team. Like maybe the Cavs could beat them. That's it. We know the
No,
Knicks can.
100%.
That's it.
I don't.
Celtics have one team.
We need an injury, and I'm not like rooting. I'm just saying like
No,
that's literally what Meek said. Like I will not like realistically think we could beat the Celtics unless like Tatum goes down in the first round. Then I'll be like, oop, like maybe we could beat the Celtics without Tatum. Like, but that, obviously, I'm not rooting for that. I'm just saying I think that's kind of just the reality of the situation.
You are right. Like I never. My one thing against like Clemmer's thing is like, what if like anybody on the Thunder just goes down and you're like, wait, fuck, like we were like the second best team in the West and we didn't position ourselves to make a move. Like you're always like one play away from being.
Raptors. I mean,
right.
Kawhi's Raptors team, like that team really won because of
Like I
injuries.
think
Is that gonna-
firmly.
Is that going to go down as one of the weirdest titles
Yes.
ever?
Yes.
The Raptors have not.
Sure, but it still
I'm
counts
sure
all
they
the
made the
same.
playoffs.
No, it counts. It's just
still
weird.
counts all
It's
the
like-
same.
But it's like
It definitely
Oh
counts.
no,
but
it's
the
the thing you
Raptors-
remember.
It's like the 0-2 Angels. It's weird.
Correct.
No, you remember. No, you're right. No,
Pull up
you're
the
right. You're
Raptors-
right.
Pull up the Raptors year to
Still counts.
year, like
It's one of those. If you lived through it, you remember like
Schedule.
like Katie
Year
was
to
hurt,
year
like
schedule.
Clay got hurt in the series. Like you remember.
Also,
But
Toronto
it never
is
felt
good.
like the
Clay was
Raptors.
there,
Maybe
whatever.
I could be wrong. Did it feel like the Raptors were building to that title?
Kind of. Well, they got Kawhi.
Yeah, they no. Yes, they were a 60-win team with
Yeah.
DeRozan and Lowry in their prime.
Yeah.
And then they had to make the really hard decision of like DeRozan's like our guy forever, and they had to make that really hard decision and say we have to upgrade for him to get over the top. They trade him out and then they win.
But
Was it a long history of them building?
Yes.
up?
Yeah.
They-
kinda.
Yes, it was.
It was.
They were. There was a nice stretch there where they were kind of always the next best team to LeBron's teams, but they just were never going to beat LeBron and the Cavs.
Honestly, they
or
were-
LeBron and the Heat. They
It
were
was
never going to
not dissimilar to the Knicks.
No, it's you're right.
They
You're
were
right.
always
You honestly
the
are
next
right.
best team to the Cavs.
For-
It wasn't the Celtics for most of those years.
For a lot of chunks,
With
there was a
Stevens
chunk. The Raptors were like right there.
right there.
Remember
At the end.
It was that time. Remember the Celtics when Pierce and Garnett got old, and then you had after they traded them away, you had kind of those couple years where they were.
That
kind
was
of
the
in-
Raptors.
That was when the Raptors rose up.
They were like the number 2 team, but you just knew they had no shot of beating the LeBron's Cavs.
Yeah, look at that.
All right, yeah, okay, they did it.
They won 50,
All right, yeah.
50 wins a
Told
bunch
you,
of
look,
times in a row.
that was the stretch.
Yeah.
They were right there.
Yeah, okay, they did it.
Like 56 is a lot of wins. I mean, that's a big
50,
season.
58, 59. Yeah.
I'll say
They
this:
were right there.
They had a 1, 2, 3,
Look,
4,
conference
5, 6.
semifinals. They were.
That was a 7. That's a 7-year window, and they did go get the title because
That's what I'm
they
saying.
haven't been back. You know, and like
Right.
they evaporated real quick
Oh, yeah.
right after. So
Yeah.
I'll give them credit. Yeah, I guess. I
But it
guess
is-
I
it
don't
is
remember
still,
those.
It's still
as
weird
much.
though. We can say that's weird. They only went to one finals. It is kind of an outlier, but it still counts. They deserve
The
it.
next 3 years, they lost second round Eastern Conference Finals. So they were like right there, but still kind of just never
Yeah.
really got there.
I guess
But
I
again, it
don't-
was just they were getting boxed out by LeBron.
Yeah, I guess I don't
And I
remember.
think early on, even the Celtics. Early on.
Celtics,
that run.
sure.
The Celtics COVID year, like they were like, wow, like I think they lost Kawhi, right?
He might have got hurt. I mean, he's got
No,
hurt.
I think they lost Kawhi to free agency.
They
Didn't
did. Wasn't that
Right when he won the title.
Wasn't that was that when he
And
was
they
when
were
he was
still-
sitting out and he wanted to go to the Clippers? That
and
was
they
like,
were still
we're
good.
talking about even the Knicks at that point. The Knicks could talk about everyone.
But I know when they got him, it's like, all right, we got kind of 1 year window here. Let's go.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I guess I don't remember those East years as much as being like super because it was kind of like, well, LeBron's going to the finals.
That's what happened.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what it was. But they were like right there. And then they made the DeRozan for a Kawhi
Right,
move. and
yeah,
that
okay.
was kinda,
So all right, so give the Raptors credit, but I still think that is going to be
LeBron
a
left
weird.
the East.
What year? 2020?
20, the year before that.
No, 20.
Because remember, he went to the Lakers and they didn't make the playoffs that first
18,
year.
19.
You're right.
That's why they made the AD trade.
Got it.
And I think that would actually make sense why like they remembering about like that's
they
why
moved
they really
it
went
up.
out to
Oh,
Clark. So
yeah.
we're like,
Yeah.
we can be.
We
the
have a
best
shot
team
now. Yeah.
in the East. Like we can make the finals. And you never know what's going to happen. And you never know what happened.
It makes sense, but I didn't know. Don't think I realized that Nick Nurse won a finals in his first year,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
which does make
It was
sense.
fired. Was
'cause
fired like 2 years
they
later.
fired Dwayne Casey. He had wow.
Bizarre.
And then Dwayne Casey won Coach of the Year, and then was fired like a year later.
The curse.
I'm telling you, it's like the last like 6-7 Coach of the Years.
Yeah.
They don't coach the team they won Coach of the Year with. It's insane.
That's not good.
It's actually insane. It's a kiss of death. Win Coach of the Year, you're bad the next year, you're out. It's crazy.
I blogged it last night. I was surprised nobody grabbed it earlier. I saw it happen at like 7 or 8. I grabbed it at like 10, 11 o'clock when I finally get in front of it. But I don't know. It's weird. It's such a niche thing that I never thought in the world of sports a guy who catches foul balls could get to the headlines. He's done. I will say he's done. You never would have thought somebody like that could get to the headlines. He has done a good job of getting to the headlines. Doesn't mean he's not the most insufferable person on the face of the earth.
Moscow.
Let the fucking kids get the balls. What are we doing?
In the most recent, like the video you blogged about, he's wearing a T-shirt that says Zack Hample on it. He's wearing a T-shirt with his own government name just printed on the front of his T-shirt. One of the douchiest human beings on planet Earth. One of the biggest losers walking planet Earth today.
Can you imagine getting a ball and not giving it to like an 8-year-old?
His entire existence.
Which he says
what is he, a
does,
40-year-old man?
Says he does. Yeah, that's where the spin I took of it.
Then let the kid catch it. Get the fuck out of the way.
I'll also say he's got some kind of deal with the devil that he knows where to put himself for home runs.
He claims he does like the research.
Yeah, I mean,
stands in like the best.
But like to catch A-Rod's 3,000th hit, like he's got to deal with the devil. But how do you not age out of this?
When you turn 12?
Yeah, sure.
I never brought a glove to a game.
No, I don't. I have nothing. I have no interest in like. I'm also an adult.
No, it says his fucking name on the shirt.
What a loser.
I will say,
How do you not age
sucks.
out of this?
Zack Hample
What does he
sucks.
do for a lip? Like, how do you not age out of this?
Didn't he wrote a book, right?
bringing
He
a
wrote
glove to a
book.
game is pretty fucking hilarious.
As like a grown ass man.
Yeah, like I've sat like in seats where like it's impossible to catch one,
Yeah.
and like you just come and you're just like, sitting there like playing a bit, and you're like slap in the mitt.
It seems like next one's coming this
and
way. Be ready.
You do look like a loser, but for you and your buddies, like it's pretty funny.
Well, the other thing, like, he could say, like, I don't think he loves baseball. I think he just loves foul balls.
I think you're right.
Because he doesn't watch the game. He runs. There's videos of him running from this side to that side.
No, he doesn't give a fuck. And like, when you get the ball, then what? All right, you got a $9 souvenir. Congratulations! Like, it's a fucking baseball.
I hate asking this question because it really doesn't matter to me. Do you think he's a virgin?
I would imagine.
Like I know it's a loser question. I'm not like won't like judge the guy. But he's gotta be, right? Because like if you're getting sex, you're not thinking about foul balls that much.
I hope. I just feel any woman. Can you imagine the poor woman that goes to a game with him,
Right.
just running around getting foul balls? Like, what are you doing?
Hey, we're going on a first date
To a baseball-
Steinbrenner Field.
Where I can run around the grass and get a foul ball.
Sorry, business call is going to the Great American Ballpark.
I almost want to call.
Well, I think a baseball game is a very nice first date. No, I'm not going to laugh
No,
at that.
it's a great first date.
Great date.
And you go and you dress nice, and all of a sudden you're sitting down. You're like, where'd he go?
Oh, he's over there.
Why did he take the popcorn?
I mean, he asks you on a date, he shows up with a baseball mitt. He's 37.
With a name on a shirt, his own name.
With his own name on his shirt and a baseball mitt.
There's so many factors that could be like the turnoff. Is it the name on the shirt or the baseball mitt?
He sucks.
Imagine him on like his Hinge profile. It's him just like catching foul balls in like different like.
See, like that guy's judging the shit out of him. He's like,
Like,
oh my
Yeah, that
God,
guy's like,
man.
who's this loser like lunging?
Who's
for
this
the ball?
virgin?
And it's such a cool memory for a kid to get a foul ball or whatever, like, and to
He
steal that
says,
memory
yeah.
from the kid. Like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck him.
He says
sucks.
he says he gives the balls to the kid.
Well, then let the kid catch it. Get the fuck out of the way. What are you
Pause.
doing?
I don't know, man. It's just.
I no patience for that.
And like he has had those funny clips of like, here, I brought Kelly in because I do think she has a good sense of humor. I just want the one-liner on that. But the watch the elbows thing is very good. Kelly, can you take a mic real quick? I'm just gonna ask you one question. No, it's fine.
This is good. This
I'm
is
actually,
we need your perspective.
All right.
I'm curious.
All right.
You've dated for a while, obviously. I don't know, just in general. I'm trying to set,
What a way to set that.
I'm trying to set the scene. I'm setting the
What
scene.
are we talking about right now?
Older said she's a straight woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, okay, yes,
Right.
confirmed. Yeah.
You've definitely had weird things come up on dates.
Yes.
In terms of like hobbies, or you tell your friends, this guy, I can't believe he did this. Like,
Definitely.
he cuts his food and then he puts it to his nose, like all whack shit. I'm just saying.
for
Weird,
sure.
whacked out
For
shit.
sure.
right?
For sure. Yes.
Where does a guy who collects foul balls rate in terms of the craziness scale?
Oh, that fucking loser. I know that loser.
all right,
What's his
yeah.
name? Zach.
Zach.
Something?
Oh yeah,
No, it says it right in his shirt,
Rample.
Kelly.
Rample.
Like,
What's his last name?
yeah, I guess
Zack
I
Hample,
hate
yeah,
that fucking guy.
Take
He's
it away,
such a
yeah,
loser.
worst.
I'll tell you something right now. I don't mind somebody who collects things. I can appreciate someone who's into that. But when your collection becomes basically your career and your claim to fame, then you're a fucking loser, and I don't want anything to do with you. Like, especially if it's something like that. Like, if your collection is, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something like sports cars. Even that, I'm kind of like, ew, okay, chill. Like, what's your deal? You know? Like, I think a loud collection is
Pokemon.
Losery.
I think it's fine.
Pokemon's a little different. I feel like it's kind of same as like baseball cards. Like that's kind of how I view Pokemon.
How about movie collection? You've been my
movie collection's okay. Movie collection
collection.
is fun for the whole family. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like that's everybody's involved. Foul balls. This guy is not. He doesn't care about the balls. He wants the shine. Like this guy's looking for publicity. He wants to be. He loves this.
What makes you say
he
that?
loves this conversation.
Is it his name on his T-shirt?
What's his name on his T-shirt?
Zack Hample. It's his name.
If a man asks you on a date to go to a baseball game, you showed up in a T-shirt with his name on it and a baseball
glove.
He's in
No,
mid-30s.
I'd be like, you're a fucking loser. No, not a chance.
I'll give you one final question.
Okay.
You're going out with the guy. You don't know that this is the hobby. Let's say you find it out like 4 dates in or whatever, but you're head over heels for the guy.
Okay. Oh shit.
How hot does the guy have to be that you could swallow?
You could
this
put up
as
with
a
this?
hobby?
He has
Like,
to
are we
be.
putting like?
He has
you know,
to be like John Hamm, like the hottest guy I've ever seen.
Just swoon you.
It has to be cool. Like him collecting these foul balls is not cool. If there's some cool hot guy that all of a sudden he shows up, big muscles, hot T-shirt with his name on it, and he's like, psh, caught it. Like then it's okay, sure, yeah, that's hot and that's cool, and I'm into it. But no, this guy does not qualify.
Do you think he's a virgin?
Probably not. There's some fucking weirdos. People are like, ooh,
You know what?
you catch foul
He
balls?
definitely
Like
fucked a Mets fan.
definitely.
Fuck, where'd that come from?
Definitely.
Fuck.
No, you know those girls at City Field. They're fucking bleacher creatures.
No, they're lovely women at City Field. And I'll say this: anyone who like I said, my biggest thing with Zack Hample is he knocks over kids to get these balls. Like little kids are waiting.
right.
And this
I've known
scumbag,
about
this
his
middle-aged
lore.
man, he sucks. I hate him so much.
Yeah, I've known about his lore. I thought where does he live full time?
I saw him.
No one
I
knows.
met him outside the office once here. Before we were doing the yak during COVID, and he was like Big Cat, and like it was.
Oh,
yeah, he's
for
like,
Christ's sake.
weird.
Oh, he just so happened to be there. Like I don't buy that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like
yeah, I
this
don't
man
know.
is
You live
looking
in the
for.
Upper West Side?
Do you think he's? Oh, that's where. Oh my God, that's where I live. That's terrible.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna run into him on the
My
street.
God.
I'm gonna run into him at
You
brunch.
can't miss him. He's going to be wearing his shirt.
Amazing.
And a glove.
Thanks for the name tag.
Long story short, answer is no. I would never date a guy like that. Never in a million.
No, we
fucking
knew
years.
that, but you have a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
sense of humor with it. I wanted to get that question out.
Thank you. Yeah. No fucking way. That guy's a loser.
I enjoyed the psh, caught it.
Yeah, exactly. Bizarre. Very good. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, A's overs have been fucking automatic.
Greatest transition in
Incredible.
radio history.
A's overs have been automatic. No.
It's the best thing in the world. It's the gift. that keeps
It's
giving.
literally happened every game in Sacramento.
It hit in the first inning last night.
Nuts.
Bottom one.
With a good pitcher on the mound.
Bottom one with
Dylan Cease.
What
Why
arguably
do
the
we-
best two pitchers they both can
Yes.
send out.
Have we figured out
Yes.
what it is?
Arguably.
No, it is. I think Springs better than
Arguably.
Severino. I think you're right.
Have we figured it out?
Mego King, I guess,
Is
but
it
yeah.
the air? Is it the visuals?
I am not smart enough to know. I need a scientist to tell me because I know. So it's 320 on the lines, which is pretty short, but okay. 403 to center. It's at 70-foot elevation, so it's not like a mile high. I am so confused on why this is. But honestly, Evan and I, we watched the Sacramento games every night, and every night, like it's like Coors Field.
I just keep betting. I bet the over literally since day one. I bet it every game. It's 5-0. I said this in chat. I'm convinced there is. Well, my theory. I'm not convinced. There's a theory that there's a sight line with there being no stands in the outfield. That if maybe that improves it, or that. I mean, I guess you could argue. Listen, there's a lot of stadiums where no one shows up, but there's something about maybe like just the minor league, like the lower level ballpark, of the no stands and there are no people, like a sightline thing mixed with like a almost feels like less pressure thing. I'm spitballing.
So I'll push back on that and be like,
But I'm kinda like-
Tampa is in a minor league and they're not having this reaction. Now, they might have a different sight line. At this point, like, Ev might be right too. I have no idea.
So anything I'm saying, I'm saying it out of my ass and just purely like my.
Do the A's have bad
speculation,
pitching
but-
as well? Is it
I mean,
a
no.
little bit of that?
Jeffrey
I mean,
Springs,
they scored
Severino.
The A's scored 10 runs last
And
night.
also-
They're scoring too.
They're not playing badly on the road.
No, but the A's is the only constant
Yes.
denominator.
Oh, God, I
denominator
see.
That I'm trying to.
But
at
the
least, like-
A's aren't hitting like this on the road. You know what I mean? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It's weird because they did have a couple like in the Cubs series. they didn't score much. The Cubs scored a ton. Like they lost the 18-3 game. They lost a 10-2 game. So in 2 of those 3, the A's scored 2 runs and 2 runs and 3 runs or whatever.
Well, maybe the A's pitching is that bad, but I don't. But then you have a guy like Dylan Cease last night. He had 9 earned runs in 3 innings, all earned.
And I saw Meek point out no home runs.
No home runs.
He gave up 9 runs without giving up a homer.
So maybe
crazy.
Maybe like in Coors Field, how the outfield is very big because they push the fences back, so there's a lot of space to cover. Maybe there's more space to cover. I don't know.
It's just shocking, but I just keep hammering it and I keep putting more and more on it. I keep just going up. So we got another one today. Actually, I literally bet it last night for this game before last night's game ended. So I got 9.5. It's 10.
I got 10.
I took it literally, before the game even ended. Before I'd even cashed the last ticket, I already put the new one in because I was like, they're going to catch up to this eventually. They can't just sit at 8.5 over and over. It already got 9.5, 10, 10.5.
I will say the pitchers on the mound, though, today are worse than the pitchers yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. It's during the day. They played last night. Now it's 3:30 today, or whatever it is, 3:30 Eastern.
I'm so confused.
I'm in profit on it. So if I lose today, then so be it. But I'm gonna just keep. They will be permanently. A's home overs will be permanently on my card until further notice.
I
think. Listen to this. I am betting every A's over at home. Like I said, at home in Sacramento, every A's over on my card until I say otherwise.
It's Randy Vasquez today against Osvaldo Bito.
And for the Dodgers, we need the A's to win today. We got one more shot at this thing. Dodgers first to 10.
I like the Dodgers a lot.
We got one more shot today.
You need other teams to lose.
But we can dead heat win still. So like if they just win today, we will at least profit.
Get something.
We will get something. We won't take an L on it.
And I like Landon Knack a lot in the Dodgers. He's kind of an underrated pitcher. And then Jake Irvin of the Nationals, he's a guy that pitches to contact. Like he's a guy that can give up hits. And I think the Dodgers. I'm on the Dodgers run line today.
It's just crazy. The Dodgers have had 9 wins. They've lost 3 in a row, and they've lost 4 or 5. They started 8-1.
Yeah. That was
we can't catch a fucking break.
And we got to talk too about Carlos Carrasco yesterday for the Yankees. He got shelled, home run after home run. It was crazy. What's going on with the Yankees? He can't keep throwing guys.
I mean, injuries.
That's won 6 in a row. By the way.
We talked about injuries. I mean, when you lose 3 pitchers out of the rotation like that, 3 core, you lose 3 of your top 4 pitchers. That's. I mean, what are you going to do?
Hate to see it.
We don't want to pitch Cookie Carrasco.
Oh, no one does.
There's no one left.
I hope you guys
don't have anyone left.
You could have a better farm system, or you could have made maybe make some moves for guys with options. Like we just saw Quinn Priester get traded. Like,
I mean, we had
we
had 7 starting pitchers, and then 3 of them got hurt out of nowhere before the season.
It's tough. I know. I feel bad. Mets have won 6 in a row.
Yeah, hang a banner.
No, I don't think we will. I think we'll just try to win again today. 7. Maybe
that's my pick. I like the Mets minus 1.5 today.
Can't blame you. I'm on the Mets as well today.
My friend Zuby and Rick Pitino over there throwing out the first pitches, so I'll take the Mets minus the 1.5.
Clemmer,
congrats to St. John's, by the way. They're just reloading.
Yeah,
they look good.
Yeah,
in the portal.
Yeah, they're gonna maybe get a few pickups. Looking at the Princeton kid, Ian Jackson,
which would be awesome.
Yeah, a certain caller will probably dance. So I told you we're getting Ian Jackson. No, you said you were getting Ian Jackson last year.
Wow,
Johnny's gonna be good again.
It's almost like the transfer portal didn't exist. No one could even see that coming. Wow,
Johnny's gonna be good.
It'll be pretty good. I've placed 2 futures already.
Me too.
Alabama and BYU.
Wow. To win it all?
Yeah. Wow. BYU is going to be compelling. They're going to be a fun team to root for.
Just Dabanza. They're going to be sexy.
I say his name wrong all the time, but Dabastani or Dabanza.
I thought it was Dabanza. I don't know.
Dabanza. It's probably that. He's going to be unbelievable. Saunders is coming back. The shooters. They got the kid I love inside. Keita, who's a beast. A coach who got spurned a little bit this year, made it to the Sweet 16. Like Rob Wright, who's a winner from Montverde and Baylor. Like
Edmonds going to the draft, right?
Yeah, dude, fucking weirdo. He did the announcement tomorrow at 10 a.m. yesterday. He was like, "I'm leaving for the draft." Like, okay, look at me. Yeah. Fucking weirdo.
Imagine if he came.
Wait, Robert Wright from Baylor's going to BYU?
Yeah.
No shit, I didn't even see
Montverde
that.
kid.
Damn, that's a good pickup. Wow.
Imagine if that kid came back. If Demon came
Houston
back.
got Pop Isaacs.
Yeah.
I put in Houston and I put in BYU.
I think Bama did the right thing with size. They got
everyone loves Purdue. Who did Purdue is getting that? Everyone loves Purdue.
They got Cruff, who I think is the South Dakota State center, who's like pretty.
And Braden Smith, does he have another year eligibility?
Dude,
he does, right?
Supposedly the numbers that were getting thrown at him in the transfer portal were fucking absurd. Like
I believe it. I mean,
like
incredible player.
Everybody was trying to poach him. Like I believe it. Crazy rumors. But.
I could totally see. Honestly, He could be a guy I'd see like a Patino going after. Like he didn't want Braden running his offense.
The
literally
more
anyone
that
would
you
want.
saw what Houston did to people in the tournament, the more you're like, wow, Painter and Braden Smith put on a masterclass.
I mean, Braden Smith that is a guy that can run your offense to win you a championship.
Yeah.
100%. Sure. Decision maker, shooter, just elite passer, like just elite IQ, especially for, I mean, elite level, like high IQ point guards in college basketball are a dime a dozen. And he's 100% one of them.
What picks you have today?
I'm on that over, Sacramento over 9.5. I'm also on, my bad. I'm on any of the, where is it? I apologize. I'm taking the Brewers Rockies over as well, over 10.5. And we need the Dodgers today.
Need the Dodgers. What do you got?
I'm on Tyler McGill over 16.5 outs. I'm on the Astros money line. My pick of the day, though, is Astros run line minus a half in the first 5 innings. Hunter Brown has an ERA well under 3 since the All-Star break last year. And the Mariners are pitching a guy named Luis F. Castillo, not Louis Castillo that we know. This guy's 30 years old. He's only made 2 starts in the last 7-8 years. I'm also on the over, Padres A's, on the Dodgers run line, and the Mets run line as well. The Mets bets you got to place right now because they're going to start at 1 o'clock.
110, yeah. You got anything, Ev? Dukes?
Yeah, no problem. I got Scotty Scheffler to win the Masters, and I got
Masters tomorrow.
And I got Colin Morikawa. How do you say it?
Morikawa.
Thank you. Finishing top 5 plus 280.
I have Morikawa, and then I told my brother pick one, and he gave me. It's gonna take a second. Do the Francesa. We have mini golf today at 3 o'clock. By the way, I think 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I think 3:30, something like that.
3:30,
Yeah,
they're doing a team format, and then into individuals. Meek is out there, obviously.
Meek.
My brother gave me.
Meek.
The Meek man. He's the first group. I think.
I gotta say, the trolling Meek, I just subtly trolled last night when he tweeted like, "We're never gonna beat this team," and I just hit him with the retweet. I knew that he was just like so pissed in bed.
Russell, I got Morikawa at 16-1. My brother loves Russell Henley at 55-1, so I've also placed that as well.
Marty obviously golfing as well. Meek and Marty both there.
Yeah, a bunch of people out from both offices, obviously.
Yeah.
Mini golf going, team format. I think it's Jeff D'Lo versus Kirk.
Correct.
Head to head, that should be interesting. And it's going today and tomorrow, right?
Correct.
Into the Masters tomorrow.
Excited for the Masters.
Yeah, excited.
Masters is it's a good weekend.
Good watch.
Weekend. I'm a fan.
Good watch.
A lot of people get vasectomies this weekend, so they can just sit on the couch and watch the Masters.
That and March Madness. That and the
is-
first weekend of the Final Four.
They've done a great job giving us more coverage, but it still is very bizarre. You can't watch
So strange.
all of the Masters.
So strange.
I know you can watch a lot, but like
You had to watch it online, but the fact that it's not on a cable channel is crazy.
ESPN Plus, you can watch elite groups. They just give you a good group. So
It is wild though in
Follow those.
2025.
for a sport that it's just I don't know.
my dad said forever, just fuck it. If you make it pay-per-view.
Yes.
yeah,
Most of you that watch golf, they have at least enough money to buy
so many
buy,
guys would.
a 50. You know how many guys would pay $50 or $100 to just be able to watch the entire thing?
Easy.
Not even a thought.
Easy money. But but the Masters do their own thing. They always
I mean, you pay
give
more
them credit.
Pay more than that for one round.
yeah.
It makes no sense.
All right, 3 of us back tomorrow.
Yeah, you bet.
I'll be here
Back tomorrow. Dukes, fire us out. Yak's up next.